All right, so welcome to this week's market preview. It's coming a bit late. I apologize for that, but I've been a bit challenged with my health this weekend, so that's why it's like that. So quickly, we'll just run through basically what happened last week and then some insights into what to expect for the week. So last week, time of the creation of the market preview, we are basically around here, and I was saying that we had an inconclusive week via um swing shots. Basically, that's why we had this hash line here. So we closed inside the range of the previous week, right? So basically, we are waiting for a fractal to form. The first waiting for fractal to form, and then for it to be taken out. So the first fractal that is taken out, we are hoping to trade in the opposite direction. So I'm just going to go into the Telegram group, the Heroes group, and then explain how we went through the week. So this was the market preview published, and you could see where we were at the week when the video was released. So I posted a video around this is 1 p.m. My time saying, all right, we might yet get a setup today because we then got this fractal low. And then the fractal low was taken, and then I sent another message later, like 10 minutes later, taking we wait for entry. Of course, this is one of those that trade the swing shots, trading for almost a year now. So said yes, sir. And then said entry comments. So if we go down to the 30 minutes, which is where we usually take our entries from, you could see, take this off, not really been using this much. So all right, so you could see this. So we're just here, and then this candle was building. So I just basically said entry comment. All right. So, and that was basically it. So in the trade model setup, so I basically dropped, um, I'll go to that later. I don't want to leave this chart just yet. So we dropped, everybody knows how to place their entries, but she dropped it there. So later, yeah, this was just by the way, on EG, and then still had to scrap. So it's moving quite fast. All right, so GU just left without us. There was no retest on GU, and then TP hit GEU hit TP1. EG we are not picked, then scrap setup, and then we hit our full TP on EU the following day. All right, so the trade lasted for about um one one day. So I remember that last week I mentioned the fact that I was expecting us to have a change in order flow. So I was actually awaiting that to happen. So I stayed awake. If we look at this, took the snapshot from my mobile, um, it basically closed at the close of that day. Just before I went to bed, it had closed above that fractal high on the daily. So I posted this message. I partly stayed up to watch this battle royale. The sales tribe as anticipated. We're now bullish on USD fractal OF. And then 2 days later, someone posted this saying that okay, this is actually what happened. This is what he's seeing now on the chat. So I was now wondering, okay, what really happened? So it was then we learned something um, new, that when it comes to futures, there is this thing called um, there are two ways the market you can use your close. So you have close, actual price close, and then use settlement. So there is when you have futures, you can go and read this. So exchanges can actually review um, their closing prices based on their own algorithms. So, and all the time, we always use this settlement. Right. So what we could see is that the exchanges review settlement price based on their own algorithms and all that. So we are still basically bearish on OF. All right. So on Friday, I noted there were some discrepancies in volume. So as said, something is cooking in the markets. We should see a break, a daily break, a break of a daily fractal today or Monday. That was on Friday. And then over the weekend, I dropped something for them on CLS. And just as we expected, yesterday, Monday, we did get a close below the lower fractal. So we are confirmed bearish on the USD OF, right? So that's basically that. So quickly, let's rush into already today. I personally know that none of my models can play out today as things currently stand. So it's a good day to be able to chat. Had a tough weekend with malaria and cold. Hopefully, to muster the energy to the preview and all that. So that's basically that. And then the trade models I had dropped. Um, so this was the picture is taking some time to load. I dropped the setup here, setup that we took on EUGU and all that. And then when the TPs was hit, all that. So those are for those that are in the who trade my method and the heroes platform. For this week, what we have via the um fractal OF, sorry, via the fractal OF, we are bearish, right? And then via swing shorts, we are inconclusive. So already price has dropped all the way down here. The only way we are going to get um we're going to get a weekly trade on the USD, which will be a sell, is if price can make it all the way up here and then begins to go down. I'm not sure how likely that is going to be. Meanwhile, on swing shots, would have been waiting for any. So far, none of the fractals have been taken. So since we're inconclusive, would have been waiting for any of the fractals to come and be taken, right? So depending on how today closes, because when it comes to swing shots, we use our envelopes as a kind of filter. So when we have inconclusive weeks like this, and we are looking to take maybe a buy trade and all that, we want to make sure that the previous day's close is not below the envelope, right? We want to make sure that the previous day's close is not below the envelope. And that is why I can't have a trade today because this Monday's close was below the envelope. But let's say we stay above here today and then price comes down tomorrow to sweep out these loads, then we could actually get a trade to the upside via swing shots, right? So that's what I'll basically be expecting. So we could still get a buy trade on this, depending on how price closes today and then what price does in the coming days. Remember, what we are waiting for is for price to come take out either this fractal low right here for this fractal high, whichever one is taken out first is our direction for the week via swing shots. All right, so let's go to our intraday fractal OF. So if we go to EU, we'll discover that everything has turned EU, just like what happened during that the day I was talking about, it actually turned bearish on the daily. But with what happened yesterday is back to bullish. So we are bullish on the daily. On the daily, we are bullish on 4 hours. So what would I have been expecting? Price took out yesterday's high, right? Price took out yesterday's high before it began to do this retracement. If he hadn't done that, then would have just been looking for Asia low to be taken and then to go up. Just a moment, got to hide this. All right. So what we'll be expecting is that sometime tomorrow, I don't know how this is going to work. We'll probably have price from the Asian low tomorrow and then take out the Asian low. I'll be looking for an opportunity to buy EU and GU. All right, so that's how we trade the intraday fractal OF. So once our Asian low is taken, um, when we are both bullish on 4 hours and the daily, and the previous day's high hasn't been taken, then we are going to look for opportunities to buy. So that is basically that for the week. So this week we could have plenty of opportunities depending on how things pan out. We could be buying the USD, we could be potentially selling the USD, we could potentially maybe just sitting on hands all through, depending on what price does. So remember what I used to say, we don't trade what we think, we trade our models. So for those in the, I've given them a list of the models that I trade. This was an A1 setup and we got and delivered quite nicely. So my A1 model, this is basically the way I result to just do my trade in the risks methodologies 1 to 0.25% per trade, 1% per trade, and 0.75% per trade, depending on the models. So these are the models. So you need to have models with rules. And when you have all those things together, you then know what to do. And sometimes when building your models, it can be the same, it can have the same thing at the foundation. And maybe the more confluences you have, that will not make it either an A setup or a B setup or a C setup. And then you can then increase your risk on the better setups versus the less probable setups. So that's going to be that for the week. Just a reminder, we have ECB interest rate decision coming up on Thursday, and then there's NFP coming up on Friday. So the market will likely be very volatile on Thursday and on Friday. So you want to be wary of that. Also, just a reminder that we have the fostering program coming up. Yeah, the fostering program, the Simply Pips fostering program, which is our kind of a mentoring program. So we um, don't just teach the strategies. We actually want to hold your hand. Some of those that are in the Heroes platform still call me, still message me. Some of them paid to join the fostering program maybe 2 years ago or 3 years ago and all that. So it's basically going to have someone to walk you through that. So basically what we're going to be doing is hoping to just scroll down to that place, but I can't get a message now. So basically what we'll do is to hold your hands, take you through some of our models, teach you risk management, the psychology of trading, and then take you through a way of trading professionally so that eventually you begin to make the most of your skill sets. All right. At least I've been able to record this. I wasn't sure I'll be able to do this today. So we'll call that a wrap for that. Swing shots We're still inconclusive. Fractal OF, we are bearish on the fractal OF. So see you, have a nice trading week.